Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 thoughts. Wow.
Hey guys, it's Z Baby, and today I'm going to be telling you about one of my experiences I've had a long time ago, and I'm doing it in time for the Halloween season. And with that being said, what are you guys doing for Halloween? What are you guys going to be doing? What are you wearing? What are your costumes going to be? Any parties? Like, comment, and let me know what's going on. I like to be in touch with my subscribers, even though I only have like 7. But I'm trying to get more viewers and more subscribers, so I'm going to start uploading more. I know I said it a lot, but I really am going to start uploading more. Okay, well, my story time begins about 7 years ago when I first met my baby dad. It was around Halloween time, and my best friend Nick was telling us about this church in Mason, Tennessee called Old Trinity Church. I don't know if you guys have heard of it or not, but if you have, let me know. Anyway, Mason, Tennessee, we drove all the way down there. It was like 2 a.m. at night. We finally arrived to the church. So all of us were like pretty freaking out and a little scared and paranoid about getting out. So we all had to gather our thoughts and go ahead and not be chicken and get out the car. So we went out to the church and we went out and we walked around the church. There's like a statue on like the side of the church that has like a bleeding, like a statue of Mary, but the eyes were like crying blood, and there's like little tombstones in the back, and the door was open in the back so you can kind of walk through the church. So we walked through it, and I kept getting creepy vibes, and I held on to my boyfriend's hand so hard and so tight because I was so scared. So we walked through the church, and we got to before like we got to the congregation part. We heard like a little kid or something laughing, and it got really cold all of a sudden. So I ignored it and tried not to think more into it. So we walked into the congregation. We looked around, and there's another door in the back of the church. When we pulled up, it was open. So once we like explored the inside a little more, and we kept getting like creepy little chilling feelings. Me and my baby dad, he's my baby dad now, but he was my boyfriend at the time. Me and him, we walked out the church because we kept getting like these weird vibes. So we walked outside of the church, and outside of the church, just like this fence that we had to jump over before we even got in. And we sat there and talked for a minute. And once we sat there and we was talking about life or just random stuff, and behind him, I saw like 3 white orbs just like floating behind him, really, really slow. And one of them got really big and like a face or something appeared in it, and it freaked me out. So I told him to turn around and look. But when he turned around and looked, there was nothing there. But I swear there were 3 orbs. So he didn't see it, and I kept talking about it. He didn't believe that he saw anything. And a few minutes after that, we were walking back to the car. And once we hopped over the fence to go back to the car, we turned around and faced the church. And remember when I told you that when we were inside the congregation, the church door was open. So when we looked back, the church door was closed, and it had like a stick inside of it. But and I'm pretty sure it wasn't our friends that did it. But at first we thought they were playing a trick on us. But when they came out, they told us that they didn't touch the door or anything. And when they came out and saw the door was closed too, they kind of freaked out. So they got in the car, and me and my boyfriend just stood out there talking and um, explaining or trying to get a whiff of what actually happened because we couldn't wrap our fingers around it. And then before we walked and got in the car, he opened the door for me and he looked back, and he just stood there in like a silent look, just like staring vaguely into the darkness. And he looked at me and asked me, "Did I see that?" And I was like, "Did I see what?" So I got out the car and I just kind of looked around because he was freaking me out. And I think I saw what he saw because not even 3 minutes after he told me that, I saw a black shadow like floating about 6 inches above the ground, just like floating like this, really, really slow. And it had red eyes, and he saw it too. So once we saw that, we got in the car, and everybody, we just got out of there. That was one of the worst experiences, one of the scariest things that ever happened to me. I don't know if it's still going on to this day, because I read on the website that they made like, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but they like renewed it. That's the word. They renewed it and made it better, so it's not as dark and chilling as it was when we first went there. And I plan on going back one day soon just to see what's different, but I have to work my nerve up to do that. But anyway, that was my ghost story. I hope you all enjoyed it, even though it was a little vague. I don't feel a little good. I feel too good right now. But I hope you all enjoyed the story. If you've heard of Old Trinity Church and it being haunted, please comment below. Also, like and subscribe. Again, this is Z Baby, and I'm out.